My name is Trish Carreiro, and I'm a shareholder with Carlton Fields. I've been getting a lot of questions from businesses, either concerned or excited by generative AI. Business plans are all over the map when it comes to generative AI plans, but everyone seems to be wondering what to do. My hope is that this podcast can offer a start. 1, figure out the problem you want to solve and if AI is the right tool to do it. AI is not the right solution for every problem. Don't fall for the hype. The term AI is being slapped on everything, including things that I wouldn't consider AI at all. Don't let the AI marketing label fool you into thinking a tool is more forward-thinking or more helpful than it actually is. 2, consider supplemental cybersecurity protections and updates. Criminals are using AI to write malicious code, to generate deep fakes, to inundate your security system, to personalize phishing emails. Be ready. Consider how to adjust cybersecurity protections to address this new threat and take advantage of new opportunities for protecting your business. Along the same lines, consider updating your risk assessments and incident response plans. Threats can change, and we should change with them. 3, consider defensive measures to protect your intellectual property from AI tools. This includes things like updating your terms of use, using available technology to minimize crawling on your site, being extra vigilant when securing copyright protections, and attempting to identify impermissible use of your IP. 4, implement an AI acceptable use policy to clarify to your employees how your organization is addressing AI and how it will or will not use AI. 5, contract with AI in mind. Consider being explicit in contracts about the role AI can play and what, if any, data can be processed by it, for what purposes, and under what conditions. Now, if you plan to implement AI, consider these 7 additional tips. 1, make sure you understand the technology and can explain it and step in to correct it when needed. Consider a pilot program to help. 2, consider revising your privacy notices and consents to be transparent about the data you feed into AI tools. Some AI tools will even explicitly require you to provide certain notices to AI users. 3, set up a framework and governance team to address AI. The NIST AI framework is a great place to start, but don't stop there. Fold in the what seems like exponentially growing guidance and draft laws and bulletins and all the rest that's proliferating. Be especially sensitive to the context in which you plan to use AI, whether that's for an employment-specific purpose or whether you're functioning in a highly regulated industry. Whatever it is, context matters a lot. So, for example, if you are functioning in the life insurance industry, you're going to want to make sure you're aligning with the practices that have been called out by, for example, the NAIC, by state insurance regulators like the Colorado Department of Insurance, by the SEC, and in other state laws, both insurance-specific and more generally. 4, exercise available opt-out choices. If you're using an API and it's relying on ChatGPT, for example, well, then ChatGPT offers a process for opting your commercial information out of training their algorithm. Consider exercising that opt-out right. 5, contract appropriately. Be sensitive to AI issues and the shifting legal landscape when negotiating contracts. This goes both ways. So, for example, performing due diligence on and oversight of AI vendors, and more broadly, securing representations from vendors about their use or non-use of AI, and also understanding the commitments and obligations your business has made about the data you hold and may want to process with AI. 6, consider advisable notice, consent, testing, and oversight, and recording obligations that might be required by a regulator or be potentially beneficial in a consumer or business litigation. With how much focus there is on AI at this point, it might be worth doing more than the bare minimum here. And 7, prepare for change. This applies to both internal and external considerations. Externally, available technologies are developing quickly, and so is the legal landscape. Internally, AI is at its core a transformational process, not just some tool, which means that using AI can often necessitate more frequent refreshes of your policies and risk practices to reflect those new business practices. And there you have it, 12 tips to help your business reduce generative AI risks. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is intended for general information and educational purposes only and should not be relied on as if it were advice about a particular fact situation. The distribution of this podcast is not intended to create, and receipt of it does not constitute an attorney-client relationship with Carlton Fields.